Here's what you need to know before you dive into A8. Before we start, it can be incredibly useful to have all of your perfect squares memorized up to 12. For example, if you know that 7 squared, or 7 times 7, equals 49, then you can quickly recognize that the square root of 49 must be 7. However, note that 7 squared and negative 7 squared both equal positive 49, so it's important to determine if the question is asking for the positive square root, negative square root, or both. Let's look at some examples. First we have, what is plus or minus the square root of 100? Well, since I know 10 times 10 is 100, our answer must be 10. But since we see the plus or minus symbol, it could be either negative 10 or positive 10. Next we have, what is plus or minus the square root of 9? Well, since I know 3 times 3 is 9, our answer is 3, and once again we have a plus or minus, so it's negative 3 or positive 3. Next, what is the negative square root of 16? Well, since I know 4 times 4 is 16, our answer is 4, but since it's asking for the negative square root, our answer is negative 4. Next, we have to find the positive square root of 121. Well, since 11 times 11 is 121, our answer is just positive 11. Next, what is the negative square root of 49? Well, since 7 times 7 is 49 and it's asking for the negative root, our answer is negative 7. Next, we have plus or minus the square root of 1. Well, since 1 times 1 is 1 and it's plus or minus, our answer is either negative 1 or positive 1. Next, what is the square root of 0? Well, since 0 times 0 is 0, the square root of 0 is 0. Next, how can you support this channel to continue making videos? Well, it's pretty easy. You just need to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. With questions like these, I like to start by ignoring the extra zeros and focusing on the 9. I know that 3 times 3 is 9, and since 900 has 2 extra zeros, our square root answer should have half the number of zeros. So we can add on an extra 0 to each of our 3's to get 30. Note that this keeps 2 zeros on both sides of the equal sign, and because the question is asking for the negative square root, our answer is negative 30. Next we have the square root of 3600. Just like before, I'm going to focus on the 36, and I know that 6 times 6 makes 36. Since we have 2 extra zeros, half of that is 1, so we should have 1 extra 0 in our answer. And once again, note that there's 2 zeros on the left side of the equal sign and 2 zeros on the right, so our final answer is 60. And just like the others, we're going to start by focusing on 64. 8 times 8 is 64, and since we have 2 zeros, our answer must only have 1 0, giving us a final answer of 80. Next we have the negative square root of 10,000, and just like before, we're going to focus on the 1 and ignore the zeros for now. I know that 1 times 1 is 1, and since we have 4 zeros, half of 4 is 2, so our answer must have 2 zeros. So notice how in total we have 4 zeros on the left side of the equation and 4 zeros on the right. And since this question is asking for the negative square root, our answer is negative 100. In questions like these, we can once again ignore the zeros and focus on the main number. So we have 3 times 3 equals 9. Now notice how we have 2 zeros with our 0.09. Half of 2 is 1, so we should have 1 0 in our final answer. And since we're dealing with decimals, that would give us 0.3. Lastly, remember that we're looking for the negative square root, so our answer is negative 0.3. Next, we need to find the negative and positive square root of a fraction. To solve this, I like to split the square root into both the numerator and the denominator and solve them separately first. The square root of 64 is 8, and the square root of 49 is 7, so our remaining fraction is 8 sevenths. So our answer is negative 8 sevenths or positive 8 sevenths. That's all I've got for this lesson, but if you want to see more videos just like this, you should check out the Algebra 1 IXL playlist right here. This is Mr. Leo with Epic Math. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.